All right, hello everyone. I'm sorry for the shirtless lessness, but I think YouTube allows this, so just a bit warm. So I thought I don't have time to stream today, so I thought I would give do a little bit of a YouTube video. So I've been trying some things in scales. Um, Probably gonna play this in the RC, but I mean the least I've been kind of liking is with two welding jars and one nozzle. This is basically what I'm going like right now. 23 lands. I'm really looking forward to this new line echoing something. Echoing, oh fuck. Yeah, this one. Echoing Deeps. To play like two of those. This is obviously a fancy version. I think this card is going to be pretty cool. I'm thinking of cutting Kraken Pathway and the Blinkmoth Nexus for this. So it just basically allows you to copy Imos or Saga, basically, mostly. You can also copy like a green source if you need to, but I think basically Urza Saga is your target here. So I think this looks pretty cool. It's not released yet in MTGO, so we'll play that when it comes out. The rest of the list is pretty standard. 3 steerings, 2 welding jars. You can go back and forth on this as much as possible. I go back and forth on the main deck Hawaii. I think Hawaii is sometimes a bit bad, but it still has a body. And it really comes up quite a lot, actually. So blocks Ragavan. It's just good. It's a 1-drop, So I was playing 3 jars. I just 5-0 with the 3 jars. And I decided to go with a Hawaii. And that gives me 1 cyber slot, which is not nothing. The rest of the list is pretty standard, like 3 colors I think are necessary. You really want to be playing, the most powerful card you have, and this Cauldron is one of the most powerful cards you have. Patchwork is awesome with Cauldron. Zavaz just plays really well with the rest of the deck, obviously, and the fact that now you can use the downside of Zavaz to give everybody flying. It's a big deal. It comes up so much. It's like very crazy. Shadow Spear over Collar. I think Shadow Spear is way, way, way better. The fact that it gives you +1/+1 trample on lifelink means that you guys cannot be chomped, you guys cannot be chomped and sacrificed, or it just allows you to raise scam, raise everything. It's just really, really cool. I think this is great. On the sideboard, things that are a bit out there. I have a second Hawaii Might. Not everybody plays it, but I think the card is strong enough with Cauldron to earn playing 4. I also have only 5 red sources on the mana base, and Spinning Drum also because Cauldron helps us with that. So I'm trying to minimize the amount of lands that tap for colorless. So Obsidian Charmo actually doesn't hurt us so badly. And then one also is the Shadow Spire. This card is something I'm considering to cut to add 1 more 1-drop or another Welding Jar, another Steerings. Just because there's just so many 2-drops, we need to optimize somewhere. Then the rest of the cyber is kind of standard. 2 Damping Spheres for the Tron matchup, Titan matchup, 2 Void Mirrors for the Cascade Beans and obviously the other Cascade decks. Void Mirror is really, 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 really good against Cascade Beans because it turns off basically all their Cascaders, which is like 8 cards, and it turns off all their free spells, which basically the plan of that deck is to get 2 Beans down and then basically get card advantage out of solituting you. So they solitude you and they draw 2 cards, right? And you're down 1 card and they've drawn 2 cards. So basically, they're just like pulling ahead every time they pitch a Solitude or a Fury or whatever. But you have a Void Mirror, they can't do that. So really, like you basically make them go to 1 spell a turn, and that's not so scary. And then 2 Tamigos, 2 Nature's Claims to his members. And I'm trying 1 copy of the One Ring on the sideboard, also for those grindy matchups like Scam and 4 color. I mean, we don't take almost any damage. So having something we can just pour a ton of life into, use our life as our resource as well to draw cards seems pretty powerful. So let's try it. There's also an artifact we can sacrifice to Ravager, so it's probably hard to die from this. We can also might it, but it's probably not so good. But like sacrificing it to Ravager when you have like 4 counters on it looks pretty awesome. All right, we're gonna get into the league. 3 days for the tournament. So I have 7 trophies this league, which is like the most I've had in a long, long time. Obviously, I'm nowhere near close the top of the leaderboards. Here I am. That is like cool, like a Podcaster Mage. How the same as Dark Fiven. It's cool to have a lot of trophies. It's definitely like I had a high win rate going into Sophia, which I also had in Sophia, except the last day, which I kind of lost a bit. Sofia was pretty cool. I qualified for the RC there, which is something I'm always, I've been trying to do for many, many months now. All right, we're on the draw, and we happen to have a turn 1 badge work. And basically, it's just pretty easy to just exile one of the columns, right? Like, even though they may answer it, it's better to keep the other cards, in my opinion. That's a Sabai Triumph. This could be anything. It's a very good hand. Like, having gone patchwork turn 1 is just excellent. Like, I probably would like to Ancient Stirrings next turn to find a land if I don't find a land. I know this is not the favorite play of people, but sometimes it is what it is, It allows us to find a Sagot and Ingmoss. We can advance our game plan too. I kind of keep looking for chat. I'm sorry for like the tapping. Like, they shock that in. This could be a bean. Oh, it's we're playing against that deck. All right, so we're gonna Stirrings. This is a tempo matchup, so oh shit, Ballista's really, really nice here. But I think maybe we don't need it. So let's see what they do next turn. So I could definitely block with the Zavas and sack and put 3 counters, maybe get a 6/6. But maybe they just have a ley line binding for our. What is this? The discard card, draw card. Discard a land. I'm pretty sure I can just raise them for now. This is only a 4/4 actually. They don't have domain. Right. That's a bit unlucky, but it's better if we had block with the Zavaz, it's going to be pretty terrible, right? Maybe we should play the Hangovac, but who knows? I'm gonna block with the Hangovac, I think. We can kind of raise them. They can exile the patchwork, but it's not a huge deal. I'm the Beanstalk. Sure. You may draw a card. Again, they don't have domain here. They discarded a land last turn. No, they have a land here. They still like loot. This card is so good. It's very, very good. Let's block here. Let's give our life total high. They fetch. Probably basic, right? Oh, shock. Damn. They go to 10. Jeez. Hey, this is another couple. Ravager. I think this is lethal, right? Play this, sack this, 4/4. Yeah, it's lethal. Alright, so we're just gonna sack here. It's so funny how with scales sometimes it's like, oh, this is lethal. Yeah, they tapped out. Yeah, they fucked up. Alright, that's it. Alright, so against this deck, I like all of these cards. I'm not sure how many free spells. I don't know if the One Ring is good in this matchup. We could try it if we have space for it. Yeah, but I think these are the cards I want. I'll normally cut the Welding Jars. We can cut Stirrings. So it's low. In these fast matchups, I like to cut the Green Oculus as well. And then sometimes even the Shadow Spear. And we could try cutting a Cauldron to play one ring. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think this looks alright. Well, basically, it answers their leyline bindings and their beans. And when you bring in so many color spells, like this, actually answering a Kabu or a Siren is very strong. But maybe actually the One Ring is not that good because we will be under some pressure from. I'm gonna keep the Shadow Spear. I'm gonna keep the Shadow Spear. You're gonna be like our life total is under pressure in this matchup, so I wouldn't bring it in. It's better to bring the ring in when there's no pressure into life total. We're on the draw, no caverns, but still this hand is very good. Again, sorry, I'm looking for chat, and there's no chat to be fine. They give 7 as well. No, I don't have a turn 1 play, but they have Grief. Sure. I mean, at least we didn't mulligan, right? So maybe they also have they just pitched it Not Dead After All, so I'm pretty sure they also have a Not Dead After All. This is much like Scam. If you're able to draw Saga, you're fine here. The thing is, they can take our threats and keep our scales, and then all our top decks are good. Right? So that's pretty good. Like they can take the Ravager here, but then we just get to play scales. Like they take our threats, but then we have enablers. I think it's fine to just play this and pass. Now it's basically a top deck war. Maybe against this specific version of Zoo, the One Ring is good. Yeah, we draw Saga next turn or a 2-drop. They only have a 5-turn clock, right? I'm not gonna play this guy. I would rather just wait and play next turn, and if they answer, they can put the counters on the Ingmouse and raise them that way. Because if they draw a line for the turn, this may be a Kabu, for example. Yeah. All right, so we go to 12. All right, that's a side. That's a very good draw. So I think if they lightning bolt, I'm actually gonna eat the Ingmouse. So we draw almost any artifact, we win next turn. So this is 4, 8, go to 4. We don't die to Tribal's Flames, right? Let them discard, see what happens here. Fury. Interesting. So we don't die to Tribal Flames. Next turn we do die to their attacks if we don't block this turn. But if we draw an artifact or something, we actually get to win. So let's just take it. Like we have a lot of actually a Walking Ballista probably is lethal as well. Cauldron is lethal because we can make the Ingmouse a Ravager. So yeah, if we draw Zavas is lethal. If we draw another Ravager is lethal. Hangback Worker is lethal. Cauldron is lethal. Shadow Spear is not lethal, but it's pretty good. And actually, Shadow Spear is a better draw. High OIMI is a great draw, actually, because it would allow us to double block and gain some life in the process. Sorry, I keep doing this, like looking for chat. I think they're considering whether they want to keep up mana. They could have a leyline binding here. One is like pretty slow, but if we block here and we put the counters in the Ingmouse, we just die next turn. Which is not that good. So obviously, I think I would rather like play for the higher upside, right? Where I can draw basically all of the cards I've been saying. And Ballista is probably lethal because we can make this a 6/6, hit them for 6, put them to 8, and then yeah, it's lethal. So Ballista is lethal. So like half our deck basically just they pass. Sure. I mean, maybe they have like something, right? That's actually bad. We can't. I don't think we can win here. No, because we can block that guy, but then we die to the menace. Dude, why did this guy have to have menace? Can pass. See what happens. That was really unfortunate to draw so many lands. We get like a 3-lander, right? You win. Yeah, I still think the One Ring may be too slow. Yeah, I mean, they just griefed us and they follow it up with a Kabu. You know, that's good for them. Right. We're a bit too slow, maybe, our hand. I mean, our hand was great. It's just like, yeah, we just didn't have that. And I go Scales on one. I'm thinking of not playing the Saga because then we can go Zavaz, Might, and hold up Might's ability on turn 2. They're pulling onto 5. And then we can make Saga tokens from there. We'll trigger our Patchwork to be a 5/5, and we will be able. Oh my god, Leyline of the Void. All right, that actually is fine. I mean, our hand beats Leyline of the Void, and we even have an answer for it. So it's not a big deal. Again, I'm gonna keep the same plan. I mean, my opponent could potentially have a grief here, but still would mean we'll be left with one card in hand. All right, that's the pass. Yeah, let's just play Patchwork here. Like, we can trigger it 3 times next turn. And then just hold up the Haywire my activation. Or we can decide to hold up the Haywire my activation and trigger it 2 times. I think that'll be okay. We can even answer the Leyline of the Void if we're feeling like it at the end of turn. Oh, let's see. Willfoot Hills. Maybe that's a Kabu? No. That's Leyline Binding, sure. Okay. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna play this, trigger this. I'm gonna answer this. Don't care too much about this. And I think I'm gonna play Zavaz and hit him for 4, put him 14. Skills are important, right? I mean, we can get Ozolis from the. So you draw landing, I'm gonna play Shadow Spear, make a dude. Scion of Draco. Alright, so we didn't draw land, but I think this is like doing this. It's kind of good, sorry, to repeat the pressure on them. They can't really answer this guy. Patchwork is just so legit. Like they're under so much pressure here. And yeah, they got Leyline of the Void, but they multi 5 too. Like when they're champing with the Scion of Draco, may they have the Undying effect? Sure. But they're still champing with the Scion of Draco, you know what I mean? Like they concede. So that's kind of what you want to do. Here I could have made a construct, but making this may put so much pressure on them. And then next turn we can either make a construct or we can get an Ozolis, play a Ballista, you know. So Leyline of the Void is obviously a good card. It's not like the all in all for for scales, against scales. Especially you have to mulligan for it. If you have it on 7 and you have like Grift on 1 and you follow it up with a Cyanodrake or something, then yeah, then it could be tricky to beat. But I think a lot of the times, I got a t-shirt, guys. I'm gonna get cold. I think a lot of the times you're fine with like with them having like going one card down. You saw I would rather have like I answered the Leyline Binding before I answered the Leyline Void. Yeah, this is kind of like this is what Scales does. I think better than anybody else in the format. Is like I don't care about you hate. Like even like the thing is that you're a creature deck, and when you're a creature deck, you can always make things work by putting pressure on your opponent, like attacking them. I think a lot of decks are not so creature based. Like let's say even decks like Titan, they struggle a bit when there's a hate that prevents them from titaning these, because they really are like a land deck, right? Like lands don't do anything unless you have the creature, right? And of course you have Dryads, and you can beat down with those, and you can Balakut, and you can do all sorts of stuff, right? But still, at the end of the day, your main, like the difference between your normal plan and your main and your backup plan is so different, right? I would like this hand. It's a bit land heavy, but we have about Seju and Igmas. So this is the thing with those scales also. We have so many lands that are like, spell almost, like especially with this news. Wait, exactly the opposite of what I wanted to do. So 3. So even Pendulum I would consider. I pop Pendulum so much. So like all of these lands do something other than tap for mana. It's like 12 lands. Pretty crazy. And here we're gonna go green. Scales go. And obviously this hand, Cauldron makes this hand incredible. Saga makes this hand incredible. Oh, that's Trigger Wraith. So we're playing against Living Ant, which, can be a bad matchup because, well, we actually don't have a great hand against Living Ant right now. The point, I think I'm going to try to put some pressure with this guy. And then see where that takes us. They cycle a Street Reaver Binder, but they're at 16. Like we can put some pressure on the life total, and then see if we can finish them off with our Ballista from the top, for example, from Ballista we have in here, for example. Obviously, Scales had resolved, would be a lot better shape, but sometimes they like are a bit clunky because they play so few lands, and they didn't have a land cycler. They have cycled twice, but they didn't find a land cycle. So that's I think Living End is a good matchup. It can be a good matchup for Scales, but most decks in Modern have this thing where sometimes it's just unstoppable, and Scales also has that, right? That's also important. Your deck should not be like good enough. A lot of times it's good to actually have a. I don't know if I want to actually play the Walking Ballista. I think I will, because I always can ping the Zavaz and get it back, something like that. No. And then this way it's like max pressure, basically. Like, basically what I'm trying to do here is like, I'm hoping they don't have the Living End turn 3. My hand is not really lining up super well against it anyway. So I would rather just say, okay, hope you don't have the land on turn 3. You don't have the Shardization on turn 3. If you do, you have the force into the Shardization, into the cycler. Shardization, it's good for you, you know what I mean? Like, we can't beat that sometimes. But, like, here there was no cycler, so it could be that they don't have it. And if they do have it, at least we can put a Zavaz back in the graveyard. Oh, that's grief. That's, one of the reasons also to play Walking Ballista. Like, cool. Nice grief. So, what did they pitch? Oh, this is new. So it pitches to grief, basically. It's a bad thing to have, but whatever. Alright. So again, they can have the Shardization here. I will be in a bit of trouble. Definitely. I mean, yeah, they had a force, grief, double thing hand. I think I'm gonna ping them here and get the Zabaz back. Yeah, doesn't matter. We had an Ozolis, we had Ravager, right? We could just get our board back. And instead they, I mean, it's not amazing, their board right now, but it's obviously better than ours. Not amazing, not amazing. They know about these, so just play the tapped and pass. I mean, I'll give myself one more draw step. I'm not sure exactly what I could draw. Maybe a cauldron, actually. That's 5, 8, 11, 13. So I guess I can, if I don't block this turn, I take 13, and next turn I die. Anyway, right, that's, so if I don't block this turn, and next turn I block, so I take 13 now, so I take 11 now, go to 9, next turn I actually don't die if I don't block, so let's just not block. Oh, they also have bio numbers. Sure. I mean, this is just, I'm not dead though. They don't cast it, but yeah, we take more damage. Huh. Yeah, we can get a Ravager. Ravager would be excellent, but at least that's fine, I guess. So maybe we can. So okay, let's say I block here. I can block here with Ballista, and then this, or I can block. Yeah, so I can block one with Igmas. Two. So block there, sack it, put it here. The 6. It's not so good. So I think I need to just block with one of the Igmoses. You know, sometimes it looks like I think if we draw a Ravager here, maybe I have Subtly as the last card, you know, and then we lose. But you know, either last card is a Ravager, we could be in a position where we're actually fine. Sorry, if our next draw is a Ravager, we could actually set it up in a way where we are actually good to go, you know. Let's see how they attack too, you know, all those things. All those things are important. Maybe I have another bio numbers and then we're fucking dead. I just should die with everything. We can also put Seiju here, which may be relevant, so. Here, and then this is 4 Mayday bio numbers, and then we will Seiju the Shalization response. I think that's what we can do, right? Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna Violent Outburst. Sure. Gonna late resolve. Yeah. And then we can maybe even draw a Ravager, perhaps. Resolves. And this looks lethal, right? 3-7, but if we go here, they actually even know we have this Passage, but maybe they shock something, they become stupid, you know. This is not gonna be enough, sadly, but maybe it is enough to like block. You know, you gotta never give up, never surrender, you know? We can do some fancy stuff here, but we can, this is a 3-2. So we can, like, so I could sack here, make it a 2-2. It's like one shot. If they had shocked this for some whatever reason, they would be like in business here. Mm. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna win this game, but you know. Or could we double block? No, we're missing a guy. Yeah, basically this game all came down to this force of negation they had turn one. If we had had scales this game, it would have been over. They probably have another wire or Visage or something. It's fine. If we had had scales, this game would have been over, so I don't really see a card that beats it here, but you know, who knows? Like, yeah, maybe a Hangover Walker. Maybe as a last blocks, moves the counters. Not there, but close, close. I mean, it was pretty close, I think. All right, so against this matchup, I like the Mio Safekeeping. I like Void Mirror. I like Chalice of the Void. That's it. I think this is a bit slow. I don't love this. I love this. I love this. Oops, no, I do love that. What the fuck? I think Welding Jar is actually good. Never mind. Us to protect our 8 pieces. Might is a bit whatever. The left can be a bit eh. I can cut maybe one steerings or one Hangover Walker. Nah. Maybe we can get one walking ballista. Sometimes ballista is a bit like the worst card in this matchup. Because you just, you know. Right, this hand is good. It doesn't have a thing, but it's very powerful. And we can you know, I'm thinking of. I don't know if I want to play the drums first. No. Maybe that, yeah, playing drum first is just good, right? Let's just play drum first. Gives us more mana. Like, I'll just do like double spell maybe on turn 3. Oh, yeah, brief. Oh well, maybe you should play the scales, but probably they take the scales. We can also draw a cauldron here. Maybe take the patchwork. Yeah, take the patchwork, sure. Second jar is not amazing. I'm gonna play one, leave the other one in hand. Should I play this maybe first, the welding jar first before all of these? I mean, they could have Force of Vigor right now. Second play next turn if I draw patchwork. I should have got maybe some patchworks in this matchup actually, or not the best. I mean, they took them out, so I guess they are great. So the plan here is to put counters on this guy. And Seju. So that's not the line they want to play normally. They don't have blue mana, which is interesting, so it means a lot of their cycles don't work. I played second Rolling Jar, fuck it. Right. so I'm gonna pass here. Gonna put counters. We get the patchwork back, and we're gonna get a lot of doctors back. So even though we don't have any chalices or void mirrors or anything, that's a very good card, obviously. Or cauldrons, or any of our good cards in the matchup. We're still in a decent spot. That's a cauldron. I think that's pretty good. It's gonna take the Oliphant here. Now it has mountain cycling. It's gonna attack here. Sure, I guess. Still got 5 counters there. And they only have 1 grief, so. I guess I could they did it in my main phase. They should have done this in the beginning of combat, right? The thing is now the thing is that if they buy an outburst, which is exile, I mean, this is good for us, right? If they let us untap here and they play by an outburst, we just exile these and they basically give us a patchwork, so yeah. Cool. Alright, so we won Dyke 1. Yeah, I think I can cut maybe a couple of patchworks and play. So that's walking list. Maybe the One Ring could be good. I don't know. All right, this hand is good. I think I'm gonna exile Savas because the column looks like the card I want to exile, right? So I think I'm gonna just exile the Savas and just keep the rest. Like the other cards are just more important. Like if they grief me here, they either leave me with a cauldron. We're just gonna play cauldron first because they could force to negate it. So yeah, I'm moving into 6 already. Yeah, there you go. So next time we can play second cauldron, scale second cauldron, right? It's very, very good. Yeah. See? I'm gonna prioritize green. I think I'm gonna get the cauldron. I mean, Boy Mirror also stops all the shenanigans. It also stops the Force of Vigor, so let's just keep it here. Boy Mirror is better because it stops the Force of Vigor. This is very important as well. You know? And we have a second Boy Mirror, so we do all our hate. Otawarra. That's not the land they want to play because that can bounce Boy Mirror. Alright, that's it. 3 mana and 2/2. We take those. What did they reveal? Grief, 2 Argumentative Will, and Ungenerous End. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna. I think I'm gonna play this guy. And I'm gonna just exile the Oliphant right now. Comes here. Go. Like just make their, you know, if eventually they find a way to answer the Void Mirror, just make it a way worse Void Mirror, basically. Right. I mean, if their plan is like a beat down or 2/2 beat down, we take those. So here I'm gonna play second Void Mirror. So that goes. And I'm gonna play a Hangover Walker. And then I'm gonna exile the Street Raider right away. Some counters here. Go. Like double Void Mirror, they can have a Force of Vigor, kill both Void Mirrors, so they have nothing in their graveyard, right? I mean, yeah. They just keep feeding our Cauldron by doing this. Stomping Ground, sure, tapped. Okay. So, I mean, we could make this lethal, I guess. 5 poison, no, it's not lethal, so. And this game looks kind of over. But that's kind of the thing with Living End, you know? Like, even if they would, like, cycle now, like, they would just, what they're gonna get, like, let's say they're able to answer both Void Mirrors and then Chalizations, like, sure. And Cauldron made this matchup even better than it was before, because it allows us to actually answer the graveyard. Before, a dynamic that would happen is, I really hate playing Relic and Tormoscrypt in my deck. So a dynamic that would happen would be, you play a Void Mirror or a Chalice, they will answer it, and they have a full graveyard, and then they will Chalization and beat you there. That's kind of a way they have to beat you. That's why I really like Licensors, but now we get on Licensors, but way better, and I have the Soul Cauldron. So yeah, with the Cauldron, you could just... The way I played it is like, okay, if they had Force of Vigor on turn 3, they could answer the Cauldron, and that's kind of bad. But if I play the Void Mirror, they cannot answer anything, they cannot Force of Vigor. And even if they have Force of Vigor right now, what are they going to do? Like, are they going to... If they answer... Let's say they answer both Void Mirrors or the Cauldron the Void Mirror, they're just dead. Like, they're just actually just dead, right? Because we're going to pump the Ballista and make it a 6/6, hit them for 10. I mean, or if they, like, basically there's just too many lock pieces, right? And the fact that you have the Cauldron to take care of the graveyard and while growing your dudes, and then the same time having the Void Mirror to stop the Force of Vigor and their you know, like their Cascade, it just really, really good, right? So I think I'm really liking Void Mirror over Chalice at the moment, because there's so many Forces of Vigor from this deck you want to bring it in. And also, on top of that, Void Mirror works really well against the Beans Cascade deck, which is also a pain to play against. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next match.